boys, welcome to a 42 show here, where we'd like to remind you that no matter what the professionals might tell you, it is not a viable alternative, no matter how fresh, to substitute roadkill for turnip. You know, you got to watch your dietary concerns. And I know everybody wants to substitute something for turnip, but roadkill can't be that. So driving along the soft shoulder of a country road, it doesn't matter how cute that rabbit was, you can't do it.
What about roadkill turnip?
Roadkill turnip. Yeah, well, I mean, if you can pull it off, yeah, go ahead. So, let's get us all started, shall we? I got a twofer here for you. It might actually have three because of pictures, but yeah. Starting off, German prosecutors have filed charges over drone parts being delivered to Russia. A couple of people got themselves busted big time. The components were on the list of components needed for that Orlan 10. You can see it there in the picture. They've charged two people with it. Now, you know, the Germans lately are on a roll as it comes to catching people doing things and stuff. So I would imagine if they've caught two, there's probably more on the list somewhere, right? You know, two people, that's not enough, right?
So watch out.
Yeah, and they're circumventing the sanctions. The accused delivered components to a Russian company that produces military equipment, including the Orlan 10 drone, which has been used by Russian orcs in Ukraine and so on and so forth. So, you know, a lot of people talk, you know, sanctions don't do enough. Well, if other people follow suit like this, maybe we can get a whole bunch of people out there to think twice about a, you know, easy revenue stream, right? Yeah. And there was another one here with, you've seen the pictures, everybody. Come on. The orcs are literally going into battle here with what look to be overdone golf carts. I know the reference gets made a lot, but think of it more like the mini moke, that low slung beach buggy one. Here, let me give you a better picture.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, come on.
It looks like a thermometer.
Seriously, it jumped me to an ad. Let me go back here. It's this awful website, but they have a good picture. Oh, come on, guys. Where is it? Yeah, here. Right?
It looks like a baby Humvee.
Yeah, it looks like an electric Humvee for kids, right? You know, look at that thing. Yeah. And you know, they just throw like some green mesh over the top, like, there you go, you cannot see me. Oh, I'm so smart. Look at that thing.
That's great. I want one.
Yeah. I think it goes for about 30 miles on a charge.
Yes.
It's made of durable plastic, and it's coming, I think Fisher Price might be bringing one out soon.
Still, I suppose it's better than a donkey.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, but I had to show that because it's just hilarious. Like, it looks like it was designed in the 50s to be a military vehicle, you know?
Still got room for the golf clubs in the back there.
Yeah.
Handy for those Russian golfers.
Well, speaking of, you know, over in Russia now with the space situation, still using old stuff and so on and whatnot, you would figure there's a lot of golf there. So maybe that's why they use golf carts. Right? Everybody's using golf carts, so they just thought, maybe we should just weaponize these. I don't know. It's crazy stuff, man. But yeah, I wouldn't want to be up there driving that around with people shooting at me.
No.
You know, I mean, what's the armor in that vehicle? The guy sitting beside you?
Well, wind.
Yeah. Oh, we should say Catalan T is on the Shills account there chatting with y'all in the live chat. CF Beauty life she tripped over and life got her, and it's just one of those days she's not going to be here. So, yeah. Who's this guy, dude?
Oh, it's another Rusky. Yes, because Russia and China are considering putting a nuclear power plant on the moon from 2033 to 35. This is Yuri Borisov, the head of Russia's Roscosmos. He said on Tuesday something he said we could one day allow lunar settlements to be built. Borisov said that Russia and China have been jointly working on a lunar program and that Moscow was able to contribute to its expertise on nuclear space energy. What? Hey, what would be the expertise? Have we done it yet? I don't know.
How do you have expertise in a field that doesn't exist yet?
I don't know, but they thought about it, I suppose. You say this is a very serious challenge. It should be done in automatic mode without the presence of humans. What he means by that is it should be done with robots. That's what he means. But they haven't got any of those either.
If you don't have people, why do you need the...
this is all part of the future. He's thinking ahead.
This guy looks like a Muppet. Let's see if he's got a hand up his butt. Oh, we don't get to see. Okay.
That's Putin. Borisov spoke also of Russian plans to build a nuclear-powered cargo spaceship. He said all the technical questions concerning the project have been solved, apart from finding a solution on how to cool the nuclear reactor. So all the technical questions have been answered, apart from the most important part about keeping the nuclear reactor cool. Okay, fine. Brilliant.
Yeah. We can build it. It's faster than hell. It blows up in a minute, but it's awesome. What?
It's staggering. We are indeed working on a space tugboat to transport large cargoes from orbit to another orbit, collect space debris, and engage in many other applications, Borisov said. Russian officials have spoken before.
They've made a garbage truck?
Yes, basically. A nuclear-powered one. They've had ambitious plans to one day mine on the moon. And the Russian space program has suffered a series of setbacks in recent years.
Mime on the moon. Nobody likes them on vacation in France. What? Mime on the moon.
They're going to pretend to be walking against the wind on the moon. It'll be very bizarre.
Strange use of resources.
The funny thing is, it says its first moon mission in 47 years failed last year after Russia's Luna 25 spacecraft spun out of control and crashed. And Moscow said it will launch further lunar missions and then explore the possibility of a joint Russia and China crewed mission and even a lunar base. I mean, it's funny that they're saying, "Oh yeah, Russia, they failed." Well, let's face it, the last one then from NASA to the moon, it just limped in, didn't it? It just crashed. But it worked, but it kind of crashed. So,
You know what's going on in Roscosmos right now? They've all been watching For All Mankind, and they're like, look what we could have been.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that'd be great. But it'd be nice one day to think, that we'd be back to the entire world, helping each other and just, assisting everybody and just all a lovely, peaceful world. But, fuck that. Until then,
try to love one another right now. Was that my cue? I can't remember.
That's your cue.
Yeah. Oops. Smacking shit around here. Sorry, everybody. This is an interesting story. Technology is not always the answer. A grandmother has just been paid out $3.7 million over a false Find My iPhone raid. So
wow,
yeah, all these dudes in military-looking SWAT vehicles and stuff stormed this old woman's home, man.
I saw this picture and thought, oh look, they put the wrong image up. They put some image up from Baghdad or something. I know. You got the guy on the right there. It just looks like Afghanistan or something.
Yeah.
So, oh no, I know. But if you look carefully, you can actually see they've got police on the back.
Well, it's in Denver. Look at that. Look, you're like, here, hold on a second here. Let me just scroll over. If I had just showed you that, right?
Crazy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, jury awarded her $3.76 million. She's 78 years old and was made to leave her home and wait in the police car while she was dressed only in a bathrobe. The jury found the raid had no probable cause and violated her constitutional rights, and they had been issued a search warrant the day after a truck was allegedly stolen from the parking lot of a hotel. The vehicle's owner had the Find My iPhone app and the thing in the car, in the truck, right? And that he told the officials that he used the app to go to and found it at her house. So the detective got a search warrant, and they went in SWAT gear, carrying weapons, the whole 9 yards. They found nothing, but in the process, they smashed her garage door with a battering ram, broke a collectible doll, and wrecked the home in general, she says.
Yeah.
Do
they think they were hiding the truck in the house?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're looking for somebody who stole a truck. You cave in the front door and you find a 78-year-old woman. Why do you continue doing what you're doing at that point? Isn't there one among you that could go, ooh, something wrong here?
We found this spoon, sir.
Exactly. Oh my God!
Yeah.
Like, who's in charge there? Inspector Clouseau? You know?
Oh, it's insane. Oh.
Yeah.
Someone said in the chat, but did they find the phone?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I never even got to that because I thought it was just stupid that some guy could just go, I followed my phone, it's there, and they show up with, like, you know, enough people to clear out a hostage situation.
Yeah. Yeah, I read the story and the actual details start to trail off. It's like we really don't know what to say about this anymore. We'll just waffle on for a few minutes.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous because of how heavy-handed the response is, and you know, especially in the United States, especially. Sorry, I don't mean to single anybody out, but there's this whole thing where you're constantly hearing about people getting swatted because of things that were said online and blah blah yada yada. Like, you know, how many times does the sky have to not fall before everybody goes, you know, we've got to do just a tiny bit better here. Now, I don't mean second guess and let people die if in real situations, but, you know.
Did you see the bit where it describes the contents of his truck?
Oh, no, I already switched off too.
Yeah, there's like, it's got like automatic weapons, guns, you know, all kinds of stuff inside the truck itself. It's like, maybe that's why they went in a little bit heavy-handed, because the truck was armed.
Why isn't there anybody talking about why there was so much weaponry in some dude's truck?
I know, that bit doesn't get mentioned at all.
Yeah. That makes it even stranger. So we'll have to, you know, try to figure if there's an end to that story later on in life.
In fact, that picture that was his truck.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He drives the Marauder, South African vehicle. Look it up online. It's hilarious.
Oh dear God.
So where are we going now?
Ooh, a bit of a mammoth story, if you ask me. Yes, the woolly mammoth could roam the planet once again in just 4 years. Oh, Colossal Biosciences.
They grow quickly.
They do grow quickly. Colossal Biosciences, a de-extinction company, has announced that sounds so Jurassic Park, doesn't it? Has announced its dedicated team achieved a world-first breakthrough by successfully reprogramming pluripotent stem cells, or iPSCs, from elephants. The Texas-based experts already have a date in mind. With flowers, maybe go out for a meal, see a picture. But in 2028, they hope to create the first version of a mammoth to be born to an elephant mother. This is one of the early goals of the Mammoth Project and provides hope of creating a ex utero mammoth gestation. Ugh. Sounds horrible.
Is there a goal to this besides, like, I mean, do they taste good? What's the end game here?
Well, we've covered this story, or a story like this before, but from different point of view, from different.
They're going to make a Snuffleupagus movie.
But yeah, I mean, it's all like science, details, cells and modification, blah 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 blah. There's lots and lots and lots of that stuff in the story. But yeah, they've had multiple attempts to generate elephant iPSCs. They've not been fruitful with that, and elephants are a very special species, and we have only just begun to scratch the surface of their fundamental biology. So stop scratching them. I mean, they look itchy.
Like Mark was saying, Mark Snyder in the chat was saying, all they have to do is overcome the shaving cream can thing to keep the embryos cool, and they'll be on top of this.
Yeah.
No worries.
Yeah, watch out for Dennis Nedry. Don't trust him. So apparently this is invaluable for the future of elephant-assisted reproductive technologies. I would just say just build bigger beds. But as well as advanced cellular modeling of
get elephants drunk, I'm sure they'll fuck.
Yeah. Oh dear. Yeah. So blah blah blah. Science. Yeah. Some scientists pioneered mouse iPSCs that used a 4-factor protocol to derive human, horse, pig, cattle, rabbit, monkey, ape, big cats, rhino, and even avian species. What?
All in one.
Yeah, or just one creature.
Some weird,
Yeah, but the elephants might be the hardest to be programmed. I mean, it is kind of weird because basically what they're doing is they'll change the DNA to bring back make it bring back so it's going to have fur and stuff like that. It's not like they're actually cloning an animal. It's just like they're trying to recreate it, and what they're going to do with it, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't quite get that either.
But it could be useful, seeing as the elephant is probably likely to die out pretty soon. So never mind bringing back the mammoth. Make sure you're preserving that little bugger first.
But people give cows crap because they fart so much for greenhouse gases and stuff. Can you imagine the dirty wind that could come out of a freaking huge thing like a mammoth? Oh, I wouldn't want to be the person that has a shovel walking into the stall going, oh, God, not again.
You got a big shovel.
So an unsanctioned visit, like the White House has nothing to do it, is now seeing Viktor Orban visiting Donald Trump in Florida.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and this is not, politically motivated in any way. But this is right on the heels of this other Orban idiot. He just a few days ago was saying that the only chance for peace over in Ukraine and Russia and everything is Donald Trump taking over the White House.
Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, obviously that's going to be being priest to Ukraine because he'll side with, Putin, and
I can give
he'll probably invade Ukraine too.
I can give you another example of that math. Okay, so pig fat and Jiffy marker equals Cadillac.
That's why you were fired from car design, though, wasn't it?
No. The Jiffy marker could draw you the car, but if you can include the pig fat, you've got the logic of Viktor Orban. Just telling you.
I thought you were referring to Trump as pig fat. Never mind.
Oh, well, maybe the pig fat doubles as a spray tan. Look at him in this picture too. Here, hold on. Let me just zoom in on that right there. It looks like the spray tan was really applied ineffectively. Look at it looks like he's got the splatch of that dog that has the black patch on his face. Look at that. What the hell's going on there, man?
And the other guy's wearing an orange tie in respect.
The other guy's just like, is he going to shake my hand this time or my other thing again?
Is he going to grab my crotch?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's see. Oh, yeah, this is a crazy one, dude. Wow.
Yeah, heady chopper. Yeah, we've got to. This is a very, very interesting story because I'll tell it, but I'm not too sure who to side with on this one. But a Massachusetts lawyer and dad of two who nearly died when he crashed his snowmobile into a camouflaged Black Hawk helicopter, is suing the federal government for $9.5 million. When he says it's camouflage, it's a Black Hawk helicopter that is black. It's not camouflage, it's black against, white snow. That's not camouflage.
Yeah, well, you can only see them if you're allowed, but,
But Jeff Smith's complaint accuses the government of negligence for leaving the 64-foot military helicopter on a marked and active snowmobile route at dusk. On the evening of March 12, 2019, Smith was riding his snowmobile on a trail in Worthington, Massachusetts, when something dark appeared in front of him. He slammed on the brakes, but could not avoid clipping the rear tail of the Black Hawk. Smith was airlifted to a trauma center with a dozen broken ribs, a punctured lung, and severe internal bleeding. After which he lost the use of his right arm and has not been able to work full time because of lingering breathing issues. Well, I've got one of those. I still work, but just do it smell like it's
right here.
But nearly after 5 years, Smith, he says he continues to struggle with everyday tasks, and he is now demanding millions of dollars in damages from the government to cover his medical bills and lost wages, as well as to hold the military responsible for the crash.
Well, can you imagine you're on a designated trail for snowmobiles and you come like around the corner or over the crest of a hill, whatever you said it was, and literally there's a helicopter on the trail in front of you? The only reason the guy's alive is because he ran into a helicopter, which as such could get him to help fast, right?
Well, yeah, okay. So this is going to be get interesting. Okay, so anyway, a federal judge in Springfield is poised to rule the lawsuit later this year. The helicopter was briefly left unattended without illumination by its crew, who failed to alert snowmobile riders of the Black Hawk's presence. Him basically, according to the 11-page document. But anyway, this is the interesting point. The helicopter landed on an airstrip approved by the Federal Aviation Administration. So it was on an airfield. Right? But Smith, who claimed to have snowballed on the trail more than 100 times, said the last time an aircraft used it was decades ago, and never a military aircraft.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. So our argument from the beginning has been that it's incompatible to have a helicopter land on an active snowmobile trail, or
well, at least warn people, right? Like stand somebody there going, "Yo, dude, slow down, don't die." Right?
It's an airfield. It's an airfield.
Yeah,
snowmobiling on an airfield.
So there's a trail that crosses an airfield that's almost always empty. Dude didn't realize and hit it. That is what's called an accident. I'm not sure that a lawsuit should get you anywhere. It really sucks,
Yeah, this is where the story it does get a little bit silly, because there's more. There's more, because the U.S. Army said Smith was driving a snowmobile at a speed of 65 miles per hour after taking prescription pills and drinking beer.
Oh, okay.
And there's nothing in their policies that require them to light up the parked chopper with glow sticks to make it more visible on the airfield. Like other airplanes or anything on an airfield, they don't light them up if they're not being used, do they? It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, right.
So they found no negligence by the crew and believe they complied with all applicable regulations and laws, according to the Army's report. Furthermore, given the peculiar circumstances of this incident, it says, I'm not convinced that such chem lights or similar devices would have prevented the collision. Basically saying, if it was lit up and he just plowed over the top of a rise,
he still would have hit it.
He would still have hit it, yeah.
Right.
Right. And so, but also Smith confirmed that the night of the accident, he had a beer over dinner at his mum's house and another one with his dad before leaving to go out to visit his brother to probably have some more beers. I don't know. But Smith also sued the owners of Albert Farms Airfield, accusing them of both giving permission to snowmobilers to use the trail and the Black Hawk crew to land in the same area. And that lawsuit was settled for an undisclosed amount.
Now that could have a little something to it, because there is something to be said about the fact that you're allowing people with very powerful machines to cruise through essentially a parking lot for very big things. Right?
Yeah.
Strange story.
That's the thing. That's the thing as well. You know, if he plowed into a car park and hit a car, you know, who'd be responsible? Surely the guy who hit the guy who hit the helicopter is responsible because he was going too fast.
Exactly. So that's an interesting one. That's and you know, like if he's coming over the rise, like they say, it didn't matter if it was lit up or not or whatever, he would have hit it. If he's coming over a blind rise at 65 mile an hour on a snowmobile, the snowmobile has brakes, kind of like somebody rolling down a mountain has brakes, right? Not really at all. And so if you're coming over a blind crest into an area full tilt, you've got to assume some responsibility in the situation. That's reckless, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what would you do if you hit a bear? Would you sue the bear?
Right. Yeah. You know, or go into like a moose or a deer with big antlers or something. It's just, you know, turns you into a kebab, you know.
Yeah. Strange story.
It sucks to be him. So Apple, you know, being forced to kind of open their stores over in the EU more, especially on the iPhones and whatnot. Their response was some new developer fees that totally put new charges on people so that they're still not losing that 30% cut revenue mark, right? And Google was one of the companies that called them out, saying, no, to the EU, you can't let them get away with that because that's not how it works. So in Google's own DMA compliance in the EU, what have they done? They've added new developer fees as part of the Play Store. You can't make this shit up, man. You can't. So the moral of this story is, if you are a politician and you have somebody that's lobbying for big business, you can just simply take a stamp of the word liar and do it to their forehead. And then every time they talk to you, you will know. Right? It's unbelievable. So, and again, I've said this on multiple occasions because of this new subscription and fees and everybody taking a cut. This all goes back to stock market. If Apple has to give up this big chunk of a revenue stream they've got for this 30% on everything that gets spent on the Apple iStore, they are going to have to make it up in elsewhere, or the stock market's going to crush them. And look it up right now. Well, after the show, but Apple makes an unbelievable amount of its revenue on services and fees and stuff these days. Holy, it's massive money.
Yeah, I'm going to start charging Apple a subscription fee for me to be their customer.
Yeah. So, I mean, if Apple's making that much in revenue on all this crap, you know, Google's Android is more popular of an operating system in the world. So imagine what Google's making through the Play Store, right? And they're just going back and forth with crap games, right? Speaking of crappy games, though, I think you've got something here that's really good, dude.
more about liars.
Yeah.
So conspiracy theorists are profiting from fake claims they spread about disease X. Well, there's no surprise there. The non-existent disease is used by the World Health Organization, to prepare for a hypothetical future pandemic. And that could be a bacteria, a virus, a parasite, a fungus, zombies, or just a plague of Dawsons, you know, anything you like. But however...
Clone wisely.
Just clone him with an elephant. However, right-wing influencers in the US are selling medical kits to protect unsuspecting buyers against the fictional disease. So misinformation and disinformation about disease X is not new, but it's exploded since the topic was discussed at the World Economic Forum in January. Falsehoods about the disease include that it's an elitist plot to depopulate the Earth. Again, there we go again. And this is their often their primary mode of income. The conflict is profound, they say, without the evidence-free fear-mongering about vaccines and government conspiracies. They have little or no income. Yeah. The article talks about Alex Jones, who is basically the king of conspiracy and grifting.
Oh, God.
He set up an entire, organization based on lies. But, at the moment, as disease X conspiracy spread across China, posts on social media are claiming the government is deploying mobile cremation ovens to cope with the mass deaths. However, checkers use reverse image searches to show the videos in the post were actually of pet cremation services. Yeah, burn your hamster. And last October, the same team debunked posts in Malaysia claiming nurses were being forced to take a vaccine for the hypothetical disease.
Oh my God!
Now, wait. Whoa! Back in the United States, cardiologist Peter McCullough, who has previously spread COVID-19 misinformation, claimed without evidence that the disease X was expected to be engineered in a biolab. And he is currently chief scientific officer of the wellness company. What?
What?
Would you believe it? I know. What do you believe? I thought that was like a proper company. No.
That's like hiring a gerbil to be the mechanic on old Ferraris.
Well, it's like the ones most likely to be spreading conspiracy theories are also looking for a way to take advantage of the audience to profit from it.
Yeah.
Yes, we've seen that before. We've seen that in Flat Earth. We've seen it in so many conspiracies. Yeah. People are willing to put the hat out and wrap the collection tin just to try to profit off it. But then following on from that, we have another story we have to get to. In Germany, a man who has deliberately received 217 COVID-19 vaccinations suffered no ill side effects, according to researchers. The 62-year-old man from Magdeburg was given 217 doses within the 29th month period.
Wow.
He received a total of 8 different types of vaccine. He tried them all. Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, AstraZeneca, and Pfizer. Research in the Lancet Infectious Diseases Bulletin details the case of what they call hyper-vaccinated individual. The man has no signs of a past COVID infection, indicated by repeated antigen. Yeah, I know. He's fucking immortal. Importantly, we do not endorse hypervaccination as a strategy to enhance adaptive immunity.
He's gonna live longer than the Rolling Stones. He's. He's already cured and petrified and still going, right?
Oh, he's like the anti-vaxxer's nightmare. He should be dead already.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
To be honest with you, I'm surprised it didn't kill him having that many vaccines. There's no blood left.
If you were to try to strangle him, the vaccine would grow another set of arms to jump up and defend itself with, right?
It's just like one enormous white blood cell.
Yeah. He should be wandering streets at night, helping those in need, at this point. Basically a superhero.
Do you think you could be like a Jesus type character and he could just touch their forehead and you're cured? You're cured.
Exactly, yeah.
Bloody
you instantly grow in a third thumb, Before we're done here, I did want to get this one in. Another nod to, the will of the people can be done if you actually give a rat's ass. But Oregon has now okayed a right to repair bill that bans the blocking of aftermarket parts, which means that HP and all their locking down of third-party printer ink cartridges is going to be screwed in Oregon. And I can't wait to see what happens, because HP might have to pull out of Oregon or do a special, well, we won't block your printer if you're in Oregon thing, and it'll be a mess. But so yeah, it's all like, I think, ready to be signed in. Everybody's approved and stuff. I'm excited about this kind of thing because it's a small but growing list of states that are doing this now, that are going to demand this. And the more states you have demanding it, the more you get to a point where a company's just going to go, forget it. Just do them that way. Kind of like California emissions in cars became American emissions. Right?
Yeah, interesting what could come out from that. I'm sure they'll weasel their way out. It's HP is what they do best.
Oh man, they'll worst.
Figure out a way.
Yeah. Yeah, so exciting, I hope, if it comes out proper, but we'll see. There was one other here. I've been saying this for like 10 years now, but the EU is finally caught on. The NCAP guys, the safety dudes, and they're starting to say car makers have to bring back buttons. Otherwise, you are getting a low safety rating, because basic functions and features of a car should not be such that you have to take your eyes off the road. Like, if you're old like me in your 50s, you're going to remember in your first cars, within 2 weeks of driving whatever car you drove, you could just simply reach over and adjust the radio or, switch the heat up or down. You didn't have to look because the switch never moved. It's always there. But you
can't,
can't
blindfolded.
Right. But in a touchscreen car, you can't do these things. And it's getting worse and worse because now they're putting buttons on the steering wheel that aren't real buttons. They're just touch. And all you have to do is shift your hand, and all of a sudden you've touched something and something's going on, and it's awful. It's awful. Stop this, stop this. And so now the Euro NCAP, which really rule the roost for safety ratings over in the EU, and I think the UK as well, but with them pushing this into play, we could finally get out of this touchscreen hell.
Oh, I'm driving my car. I've got to indicate left. Oh, wait, I've got to swipe up onto the app to get to the. I've got to get rid of Tinder out of the way. Yeah. Oh, I've got Apple Play up there. I'll get that out of the way. Oh, wait, there's the button to press indicate. Oh no, shit! I've crashed.
That's right. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's just not good. It's not good. Looks like we're gonna wrap up just on time. Remember, everybody, that's Cattle and Tea on the Shills account tonight. CF Beauty's just taking care of life things, doing what she, life happens, right? What are you going to do?
Give him a lovely buffer.
Yeah, so let's hit the, big thanks to Cattle and Tea there, and we'll get all our shout outs and stuff done in the credits. Goodbye. Thanks for joining us.
See you later. See you tomorrow.
So yeah, big thanks to Cattle and Tea for stepping in there on the Shills account and keeping us going and making sure it happens. On the team today, we've got Cattle and Tea, of course, BME, Shada Caldwell, PJ CNET, Crazy Cat 1, and the Croat. And again, we'll have CF Beauty back. It's all good.
Yeah, and to all our super chatters and donators and all those people.
Oh, I forgot one. I just found one. Jonesy threw $17 direct fee into the Boom Boom Fund. Hey, thank you, Jonesy. Awesome.
Well, back onto you, Jonesy. Thank you to all the people that donate and all that kind of stuff that keeps the lights on around here. Also helps, people in Ukraine and stuff like that. Isn't that nice? And so, if you like the show, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I'm going to do it right now because I like the show. I was here. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And most importantly, share. You can fiddle around with the DNA of an elephant to make sure that when the creates a new elephant, it will say the Shills down the side of its back. Why don't we do that? I don't know, I'm gibbering now. We'll say thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see you all tomorrow for the Friday edition.
Good night, fella babies.
Stay chilly.